Or like
Yeah,
when the
Way that I can-
like before, I don't know about two. I don't know about two, but three. But three, I think the game fades out to black right after like the cutscenes at the beginning of the track, and then fades into like like you could literally just restart 80 times.
I mean, at least in Fury 1, loading from starting from a restart versus starting from initial fade to initial loading screen is actually pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious to tell whether you started from a restart mid-run versus actually loading into the track.
I don't know if it's obvious on the other games, but yeah, no, it probably like if you really wanted to, like
in Fury 2, you've got the music, you've got the pre-run
And
music
also
to deal with.
Isn't there like this camera that just goes around and shows the entire track? Isn't that also a thing? And then
that's why I'm glad I just run like I just run the IL laps right now
because in Fury 1 the camera very clearly pans between your last position all the way to the start gate if you were to restart mid-run. It doesn't do this if you load from fresh file. That and all the AI rev in a restart.
Yeah.
The AI always rev in a restart if you were to restart. So yes, it's kind of simple to tell a fresh restart from. It's kind of easy to tell a restart from when you just load it in. So that's so I think that splice is covered. You obviously can't splice in between a run because that would look like you're just teleporting all over the place.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Honestly,
I mean, honestly, I could probably do that because I actually
here's the biggest thing that could make it difficult, unless you have good video editing software. If you splice together two races from two different runs, the AI names might be different.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Fury 1 doesn't have that though. But still.
If you restart though, it won't. But if you like. The thing that I see to like skip like the revving thing is like you could have like you can take the beginning of a race and splice the restart at a point where like all of like the start procedures that make the restart different from the regular one, like you can do that because you start in the same position every single time when you restart, like as you did, and all the ATVs start in the same spot they did. You know what I mean? If you just restart it.
Yeah, that's true.
You could do that, but like. And honestly, to be completely honest with you, I went to college. I went to college I went to college for media design, and I did a lot of like video editing and stuff. Like I could literally
resorting to spectrometers and like any.
If I wanted to, bro, I could probably overlay like the white. It depends how if they're like transparent, then you can't like overlay them. But I think they're just like static white text. Like I could probably fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? It would be hard though, because then you'd have to get the background right, or you would have to like take every individual text out, which would be hard because then you have to mask it for every frame. So like that would actually, it wouldn't be impossible, but it would be like impractical. Like it would be like you could just spend all the time you spend editing it to like actually get the run. Like there's no point in, you know what I mean?
And also there's actually a means to tell that you can edit. You know, there's actually a means to edit the individual AI bikes in Fury 1. They actually are stored in a text file that's stored in the ISO.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's also a means to try to tell that.
Yeah, that would if someone was. We just have to trust each other really, because like if someone really wanted to cheat, there are plenty of ways to do it. But, like,
so yeah, we basically operate on a trustworthy. We operate on a very honorable basis. So
I am no longer a one-game wonder, fellas. New full race record on Chateau Halifax. Let's go.